So we've gone ahead and put our chain knocker in one more time, passed it all the way down. I think we got at least 50 feet out or so. We shut the water off. The water's no longer running. So you can see there's roots there. There's standing water here that's not draining out of the system completely. Like a little sag belly to the line, holding water. So we're losing our view. There we go, came out of it there. There's a heavy root intrusion there that we cleaned up at this hub. So more roots there at that hub. More standing water here just a little bit. You can see some roots that got cleaned out at that hub. A lot of sludge and debris right there from the cleaning process. There's that foreign debris that was in the line, possibly some construction demo debris. A little bit of standing water in the pipe here. You can see that the line is open. You can see our chain knocker still farther ahead. Here we go. We've cleaned out that hub of all the roots. Got some debris right there in the line. Some sludgy debris right here. It was all with the roots and other toilet paper and accumulated stuff just stuck in the pipe for months. Looks like that might be the end of our chain knocker right there. Well, we got some heavy debris. There we go. We can see all that debris. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn the water back on to help push the rest of this out really quick here. I'm going to back up our chain knocker, I believe, there. We'll leave the video running. Okay, we have the water running. Appears to be the end of our chain knocker. Trying to make sure all that debris is just flushed out. There's so much in here between roots, paper and feces. There's the Greenbelt PVC, and that's a downhill slope. It's not horizontal. That's like the vertical drop right there. We come back up. There we go. True horizontal where we're at here. So looks like everything's flowing out there nice and clean now. So we'll go ahead and shut all the water off, and we'll pull back and look at everything in the camera. There's our chain knocker. We're pulling back across there. Okay, so the water's been shut off. We're going to pull back really fast here, and what we're going to do is, as the water is just subsiding and finishing running out of the system, we're going to go ahead and look back in the other clean out, the other direction back into the house. So again, we have two clean outs we discovered that we dug up here that were installed by someone. So we go over to the clean out here that goes back into the house. This is still clay. You can see there's a little bit of an offset right there. That gets corrected when this gets dug up again. So we've got our clay starting right there. We're going to go push across here. We're just going to zero our distance counter out. See how much of this has to be lying distance-wise. So there's some of our debris from the cleaning process. Flakes and such. This is the clay hubs with all the roots in them. At each hub we've cleaned them out entirely with the chain knocker. Little small wiggly ones here and there. And that's the cast iron. So we've got, as you can see, almost 9 feet of clay from that's underneath the sidewalk walkway, then passing under the foundation and into the crawl space. And then right about 9 feet almost, we go back to cast iron. And then as we push across the cast iron, we've got roots coming in right there, that hub, and they're drawing in from the top of the pipe where the whole pipe is cracked and broken, basically. See all of them dangling from the top. Those are all little cracks and fissure lines where they're growing in from. You can see more right there. And then here was our big root intrusion that we cleaned out and removed, and so you can see we're about 25 feet, a little short of that, but 25 feet that has to be relined to permanently fix this clay and the really bad cast iron, which will eventually get worse over time than the clay would. So that's 25 feet that needs to be relined there. So we'll quickly pull this back out here now, and then we're going to go back down inside the system and look and see how well the water's drained out through these two cleanouts. Here's the beginning of the clay right here. So we're going to go ahead and zero out our counter again to get it full distance. So we have roots at every single hub where the clay comes together. You can see only a few inches there. We got some of that debris. There's roots right there at that hub we cleaned up. Then we have this area or pocket that is holding water. So we do not have water running anymore, but the pipe has gotten to the point, for some reason, the way it was originally installed, or there was a washout at some little point right there, and there's some more heavy roots right there still in the line. We may pass our chain knocker across this 10-foot stretch here a little bit more. See, as we pull back, the area right here is holding a lot of water. As we come back across here, there's nothing on the bottom. It's the way that pipe is laid out from this clean out away. So let's go ahead and just keep getting a distance counter though past this 10 feet. A little bit of miniature standing water. That hub, not very much. Same thing there, just small amount of debris that we're pushing with the camera lens. So we'll have to go forward and back a little bit to kind of wash that off so we can see through that. But the water's now draining out, and we're seeing each hub of the clay, the root intrusions at every hub. Some of that chopped up debris there. A little bit of standing water here. A little bit thicker right here. Trying to back up. As we push forward, we create a small wave, so we have to go either really, really slow, or we have to back up on occasion. So we've cleaned all these roots out of every hub. You can see all the little residual at each and every single hub, but this had a lot of debris right there that was really holding up the system. Oh, here we go. We've got a bad offset right here. And we've got a little bit of cast iron, it looks like, for some reason. So, okay, so here's an additional problem. So it's not the entire way. Now that we've got the line completely cleaned out, the two pipes are offset of each other. And so you can see we're going back into old cast iron. So for some reason there was a section put in of cast iron, and it's a lot lower. Whether it's fallen apart from the hubs that gave way over time, or a bad repair, or from tampering and backfill, we just don't know. But you can see the top of the cast iron. It's a big problem right there. We're going to have to locate that. And that was why we had some trouble with the debris not being flushed out. And then we can see, we're going to have to back up here, so that debris is so sludgy and thick in that area. We could actually see that the Greenbelt PVC, I think we could see it just a few feet downstream before it's going to make its turn. There we go, right there. So we're trying to clean our lens off by doing this. We're going to push into the city. There we go. It'll rinse our lens off. We come back up. So that T, there's the city line with all the water that was running by, coming back across this house's lateral right here, coming vertically up. That's clay pipe, and then that's cast iron right there. And this may be very deep, and it may be in the alleyway, which is then a problem because of the depth. So all that debris just keeps clogging up our camera lens there. So see if we can back up and kind of rinse that off a little better. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to get unless we go back to the city. Well, here's that really bad offset. We're going to go ahead and stop the video so we can see where this is at and how deep it is.